Hi, and welcome back to the Children's Bible 365 stories from the Bible, allowing us to go through the Bible in a new way, a way that is light, and then in a way that will help us to get closer to God as we get to know Him. And from every story, obviously it's taken from the original Bible. I'll give you the reference, and you can always add to this story by reading the real in-depth story. This is just a lighter version. So today's story, day 20, is called Scent Packing, and it's from Genesis 21. Abraham agreed to Sarah's plan to send Hagar and Ishmael away. Next morning he filled a leather bottle with water and packed up some food. Then he gave them to Hagar and told her to take her son and set off to make a life of her own, away from the safety and protection of their tents. Hagar and Ishmael wandered over the rough, dry countryside, not knowing where to go. The sun burned fiercely down. Soon they had eaten their supply of food. Worse still, there was not one drop of water left in the skin bottle. Hagar knew that they could not hope to live for long without water in the burning heat. Already Ishmael was weak and lightheaded. They could not go any further. Hagar helped Ishmael to lie down in a patch of shade beside a bush. Then she walked away. She could not bear to hear his moans or to see him parch, swollen lips. She knew that he could soon die. But God had heard Ishmael's cries. He spoke to Hagar. "Don't be afraid, Hagar," God said. "Go to Ishmael and comfort him. He will not die. I will take care of him and make his children into a great family." Then God opened Hagar's eyes. Close by, she caught sight of a well of pure cold water. Thankfully, she filled the skin bottle to the brim, then put the life-giving water to Ishmael's lips. She knew that God, who had seen her and helped her when she had run away from Sarah, was with them still, watching over them both. So what do you think about that story? Well, not only do we have a repetition of God watching over us, but it's telling me that there'll be times where we will be scent packing. We will be left to suffer. We will be either homeless or unsure of the direction that we need to go in. But at that time, at our most vulnerable time, God is with us. At that time, God knows he needs to be near us, and he is near us. Scent packing, it reminds me of a friend of mine, and a situation that I was in as well, where with my friend, she had to leave the flat that she has been renting and had no clear idea where she was going to go. In this day and age, we're blessed, especially in England. We're blessed we have support, we have housing support, where families are not left to sleep on the streets. And so my friend was given, I think it was just, well, it was a small flat. I think it was just one room with her 2 children. And so she had to move everything out and get rid of everything that she couldn't take with her. And she had to return to one room, just one room for 3 of them. And the same applied for me when I had to leave my mother's house that had been sold. We had no flat, no house, nowhere to go. So we found space for the children to go spend time with their uncle, and myself and Victor had to go and find somewhere to stay. And that lasted for about a month or two, where we were looking for accommodation, homes, flats. We weren't sure where we needed to be, and it was through God's guidance that we found the house that we then stayed in for a year or so. Sometimes we have to surrender. Well, sometimes we don't have to surrender, but sometimes we are pushed into surrendering into the situation that we are in, and we have to trust and know that He is still working. When we didn't have any house and we saw houses, and instead of rushing to just take the first house or take the second house, I knew that God was working on the right place for us. And I said to my then boyfriend, now husband, this is not the right house. God is working. I don't think the house that we're meant to be in is ready yet. So let's just be patient. Let's just trust. It will come. And it did. And the blessing that we had was that it was a house where we could start to heal from the traumas that we've been through, heal from the loss that we had, or losses, more than, many losses actually in that time. So for anyone who is just listening to this and is in that space right now, blessings will come. God is working on, whether it be a new home, a new job, a new partner, a new situation, a new something. And it will be bigger and better later on down the line, but you have to be patient and you have to trust. So I pray for all of those people who are in that situation now, and just remind you, trust. Give them the patience, Lord. Help them trust that you are working on their situation. And it may take a little bit more time than they think, just like it took Sarah a lot longer to wait for her son. When it did come, it brought her so much joy. So just be patient. God bless you.